Hello everybody, this is James. It is 5:30 in the morning, 5:37, and today is Monday morning, November 30th, and I'm leaving Harlingen, Texas, driving to Greenville, South Carolina. It's about a 20-hour drive. The annoying humming you hear is my bike strapped to the roof. As you can see, my entire car is full of my stuff. As I'm driving north, the fastest route takes me on 77 North to get to I-10. And on 77 North, there is a Border Patrol checkpoint. Here, Harlingen's about 20 miles north of the Mexican border. I considered going around the Border Patrol checkpoint just so I wouldn't have to engage with the officers. But I read that they'll set up other checkpoints, temporary checkpoints, not permanent ones like the one on 77 North, but temporary checkpoints around the routes that people will take to avoid the checkpoint. So it's pretty much a given, unless I were to drive several hours out of my way, that I've got to go through one of these checkpoints. So I'm just going to go straight on 77 North and go through the checkpoint. I know that the Supreme Court has said that these checkpoints aren't a violation of the Fourth Amendment. I tend to disagree, but unfortunately the Supreme Court's opinion holds a little more weight than mine. So, knowing that I'm going to have to go through this checkpoint, I read up on the laws surrounding the checkpoint, and I'm pretty familiar with them. When I go through the checkpoint, I'm going to try to exercise my rights. I think it's true that if we don't exercise our rights, they diminish. I don't want to be rude to the officers. In fact, that's one of the reasons that I'm making this video. You know, I see a lot of people commenting on other videos that people make going through checkpoints. I've never been through one before, so this will be a first for me. But, let's turn the wipers off. But people comment and say that people are being unnecessarily rude or things like that. I want to try to exercise my rights in a way that's polite. To not just try to win the argument, but in even a small way win the person. You know, eventually the officers who are at the checkpoint, I'd like them to see things similarly to the way that people in the liberty community see things, that rights are valuable, and that the best way to security is through liberty. It's not through giving up your liberty. So I want to try to win over the officers that I'll be speaking to. Hopefully things will go smoothly and politely. I'm going to do my best to make it that way. But I'm not going to answer any questions, and not going to consent to any searches. I'm not going to turn off my video camera. And I'm not going to provide my ID unless, for some reason, they have probable cause. Now, I don't see any way that they could have probable cause. You know, knowing I'm going through the checkpoint, I've done everything that I can to make sure that I'm in compliance. My car is, all the lights work, all the blinkers work, the brake lights work. It's registered, insured, my driver's license is valid. There is nothing illegal in the car. There's no open containers, no drugs, no alcohol. I do have two firearms with me. I have a Glock 23C 40 caliber pistol and a Remington 870 12-gauge shotgun. Both of those are in the back, which you can see is completely full. And they're in a container, a locked container in the back. I don't have any shells for the shotgun. I do have 20 rounds of personal defense ammo for the 40 caliber, but that's in a separate box beneath the dash down there, so it's not loaded in any way. So yeah, my goals are basically what I said. It's twofold goals for this, in addition to just exercising my rights. You know, I want to show that rights can be exercised politely, and I want to have the officers and the people who typically question what liberty activists do to try to understand some of the reasoning for why we assert our rights. And I think that that'll come across in a better light if it's done politely. So let's see how things go, and I'll be coming up to the border checkpoint in a little over an hour, so I'll turn the cameras back on then. I've actually got 2 cameras and a voice recorder, so hopefully they won't turn off the recorders. Until then,